Shocking Liam Payne updates. The hotel is officially raided. A close friend speaks out and drops some shocking news. And 100,000 people signed a Liam Payne petition. We got to talk about that and a lot more. But before we get into it, hello, my name is Sebastian and I welcome you all with open arms. I spill pop culture tea videos every single day. I'm covering all things pop culture, including Liam Payne. And I always want to start my videos with Liam and telling you guys that it's coming from a place of love, of human. I will never be going into the crazy conspiracies, but I am keeping you guys updated on all things Liam Payne. And I do like to say this because I want you really to know that I'm coming from a place of love. It is now being believed, of course, it was first believed that Liam allegedly took his own life. Things are definitely shifting, but I've been handling this even with more care because it is personal to me because my brother took his life 12 years ago. So I want you guys to understand that everything that I'm saying is coming from a place of love and respect and honor of his memory. Liam Payne, of course. So I want you guys to understand that before we get, because I know there's a lot of videos being made and a lot are very insensitive, but on this channel, you will never hear anything, you know, disrespectful towards Liam. So just letting you guys know, giving you guys a disclaimer. So there are major updates on Liam. The hotel has officially been raided.
So this is the raid. We talked a little bit about it yesterday, but there's further information that is coming out. So now it is being reported that the raid is going on because officials are determined and almost convinced that this was not an attempt of Liam taking his own life, that in fact the hotel is allegedly covering something. Not only they're trying to allegedly cover up for something, but they're trying to cover up for several employees. And officials are not having it. They are incredibly convinced that something is going on here. It also says here that Casa Sur Hotel must provide additional security cameras following the One Direction, Liam's fall. And that they will not stop until every single ounce of evidence is provided to them. The raid occurred, of course, just days after insiders told people an indictment could be on the horizon for those who worked at Casa Sur, as, quote, there appears to be evidence that a hotel employee sourced the drugs found in Payne's system. Now, they're trying to figure out the cameras, and officials are allegedly not believing the excuse that they just mysteriously stopped working. So what's so bizarre to me is that we, of course, all thought that this was intentional from Liam's side, but now it's potentially going to be an alleged homicide, and officials are 100% determined to get everything they need, or else I even read that they might even shut down the hotel. So with all the hotel being basically in the eye of the storm and everybody paying close attention to what is going to come out of the raids, there's been some new reports as well coming from an alleged friend of Liam Payne, and how he basically is saying that just 24 hours before his passing, Liam Payne allegedly did a blood test for the visa to get back to the U.S., and he was completely sober. It is being reported that he was completely sober weeks on end before his passing, that he even entered a rehab facility just a couple of weeks before he passed because he was determined to stay sober. He was determined to go back home, create a better life for himself. So this just adds on to the sadness that what could have been, and really what happened at this hotel. What are they allegedly trying to cover up? Because fans saw him just 1 hour before he passed and he was perfectly fine.
So the friend says that basically, allegedly, Liam Payne was completely sober days before his passing. That he actually entered a rehab facility weeks before he passed because he was completely determined to get sober. Allegedly, he had a lot of plans for, to get married, babies. He wanted to really work on his life and be a better, Liam Payne. He just did a show on Netflix with AJ from the Backstreet Boys, Nicole from Pussycat Dolls, and Kelly Rowland from Destiny's Child. Nicole was the last one to speak with him the day that he did pass. They were texting together. The friend alleges that Liam was on the right path. He was working, he was happy, he was in love, but that the hotel employees took advantage of the fact that he was very vocal about wanting to stay sober and somehow convinced him to buy the drugs and just supplying drugs. Now, it is the friend is also reporting that the day before he passed, he allegedly did some blood work in order, for his visa to come back to the USA. And that is allegedly why he could not return with his girlfriend. I'm going to get to his girlfriend in the next video because there's a lot of updates on that. A friend of hers has spoken out, so stay tuned for that. But the friend alleges that he was completely sober and that the hotel only cares about money. There's rumors that the employees are all being fired or have been fired already. And there are other rumors that allegedly this is not the first time some of the employees are accused of dealing with drugs. So if that's the case, this is very sad. I have seen comments saying like, well, nobody really, he could have said no and this and that. Absolutely, he could have said no. But I have dealt with addiction in my family, and it is easier said than done. Addiction, mental health, and depression, anxiety, it is not a black and white thing. It's all the colors of all the rainbows. I mean, it's so different for everybody, and a lot of people are now shifting the blame to his girlfriend and inner circle for leaving him alone and dealing with his demons. But it's just so sad to think that the day before he did blood work in order to return to the US for his visa, and he was completely sober. So in a matter of 24 hours, you're telling me that he had all of these drugs consumed. Not only that, but you're telling me that an hour before he passed, the fans saw him and he was completely fine. And they say that every single thing that is out in the media about him destroying laptops and having breakdowns and all of these things and making a scene in the lobby, they all said that that is a lie because they were there from 9:30 in the morning. So listen, I don't believe this is just a coincidence that the camera stopped working, that the fans saw him sober, but there's no witnesses about him destroying everything. I really do believe that this is a cover-up, and I hate to think that, they are trying to use mental health and taking your own life as an excuse, because this is something that millions of people deal with on a daily. And as somebody who lost their brother to this, it's not a joking matter. I also know a lot of you guys have lost someone to that, and I just want to say I love you with all of my heart, and I am with you. On a little better news, from his passing, I think that there are a lot of lessons to be learned, and people are fed up with their favorite musicians reaching a point in their lives where they just completely want to, give up and fall into a very dark hole. So there is a new online petition to create Liam's Law. Check this out.
100,000 fans sign a new petition in honor of Liam Payne. An online petition calling for new legislation dubbed Liam's Law is on the brink of hitting 100,000 signatures. At 100,000 signatures, it is eligible to be debated in Parliament, with MP Mike Woods, whose constituency is home to Liam's parents, telling The Sun he is backing a discussion in the House of Commons. The petition reads, "We seek to implore lawmakers to create legislation safeguarding the mental health of artists within the industry. Such a law would necessitate regular mental health checkups, adequate rest periods, and the presence of mental health professionals on set, including any ongoing support during their career. It will ensure a healthier, safer, and more conducive working environment for artists to cultivate their talent, reducing psychological distress. This would also include early interventions to protect and minimize before it's too late. Furthermore, the increasing rate of musicians who die before the age of 35 is concerning. We need to act now." I think this is so beautiful and so necessary. There are so many artists out here who are struggling and who have been very very vocal about it, including Justin Bieber, who also started at a young age. You guys are doing the most beautiful thing honoring Liam Payne's memory by ensuring the health and mental wellness of future and present artists. So you guys should definitely be very proud of yourselves. I love reading these type of news because right now there's so many dark things that is being investigating over Liam Payne's passing. And of course, I'm keeping you guys updated with everything, but I just want to let you guys know how proud I am of you all for signing this petition. And hopefully this can become Liam's law. And it makes me so happy. And I know he is in heaven. So grateful for all of this. So I'm just going to be very honest with you. This is probably one of the best ways that you guys can have his legacy live on. I think that it's so incredibly beautiful. I think that it's so important to honor his legacy and to understand that, yes, this was a person who had a lot of darkness, depressions and substance abuse and anxiety and mental health, but he also was struggling so hard to get rid of it. And his friend literally says that he was so ready to move on with his life and to create a better life for him. And that just a day before he was sober, weeks before he went to rehab. So his mindset was really to create a better life for himself and his family and his son. And that is what saddens me the most, is that he had so many plans, that he was sober right up till the day before. And I believe that this will turn into something that I think is going to shock us all. But in the meantime, I think that we could all be very grateful to know that Liam's law is going to hopefully get passed, and his legacy will not only save current musicians, but future musicians or, entertainers. And I think it's such a beautiful way to honor his legacy. So I'm saddened by his passing, but I'm excited for so many lives that will be saved because of Liam Payne's legacy and his name and his honor. So I think it's a beautiful thing. There's so many reports coming out. I'm trying to be as respectful as possible. I don't want to pay attention to the conspiracies. When I say conspiracies, I mean like, Illuminati, like all of those things. I'm not focusing on that. I'm focusing on like the actual facts and things that are coming out, because I want to be respectful to him and to his family, but also want to give you guys the update. So I'm doing the best I can. These type of news, of course, does hit very close to home. It has definitely taken a toll on my mental health, but I also feel that it's important that I use my platform to give you guys the news in the best way that I can, because I know there's so many people out there who get triggered, as I do, regarding these type of news and these type of updates. So I know that I'm going to say it in a way where hopefully it won't trigger you as much, because I know that the way that the media and some other videos are being made are just so cold and so just careless. I'm doing the best I can. And so even though it is taking a toll, I rather you hear it from me. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So I love you all. I'm very grateful for you guys. I don't take any of you guys for granted. I hope you guys always remember that. And I just wanted to say I love you all. And if you've gone through a loss in your life, I'm with you. I love you. And thank you guys so much for reaching out as well. And I will continue to cover Liam with respect and love. And I'm so excited for Liam's law, because I think it's just such a beautiful way to honor his life. So I love you all, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Mwah. Bye.